Cincinnati. It is your director, Greg Moore, here again for another episode of Death on the Ohio. I just recently actually watched the movie that my little thing is based off of, Death on the Nile. It is phenomenal, guys. If you guys love murder mysteries, definitely check out that movie. I believe it's on HBO Max. I don't know. But it is phenomenal story. And then, of course, that's dramatic. And then on the other side, you've got on Netflix, Will Arnett is doing a series, like a reality show where he's just bringing in celebrities and they're doing like a murder mystery, and it's very comedic and it's so funny. It's called Murderville on Netflix. Both of these are really cool shows if you are looking for another show to watch. With our company, we've got a lot of great things going on. We have had such a busy April, and March, and we have such a busy April coming up. So just a round of applause for all of our actors who have been jumping in and doing a great job. We've started, like I've said in previous interviews, we started a lot of princesses, and so they have been so great. So thank you guys all. You've been doing great jobs. Remember a couple things. If you're ever having a trouble with something when you're at a show, if a guest is getting too rowdy, if there are only 3 people at your show, if the guest is saying that they paid, but you're supposed to collect a check, do you know who you're supposed to call?
Who you gonna call?
Ghostbusters! Production, not Ghostbusters. Production. So we have 2 very special guests here with us today from production, from HQ. So let us bring them in. We have Mr. Chris Ryan with us. Hello, Chris. How are you doing?
Hi, everyone. It's so good to be here.
Yeah, Chris Ryan actually just got back from, where was it? Vacation?
The Outer Banks, down North Carolina.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I love North Carolina. My in-laws are from North Carolina, so we were talking a little bit. He had a great time. So it's we also have Miss Carolyn Ferrari. How amazing is that last name, by the way? Like Ferrari.
Hi, Ferrari,
Hello.
like the car.
Yeah. How are you doing today, Carolyn?
I'm good.
Awesome.
Good.
So
Yes.
very excited to have both of you here on this special edition of Death on the Nile production. Wise, these are 2 of our people from HQ, if you are not familiar or know who they are. This is Chris Ryan and Carolyn, both in our HQ up in Grand Rapids, Michigan. And they are probably one of the people you will talk to when you call production. So I wanted you guys to get to know them, get to know who they are a little bit more. So we'll start with Chris. Chris, would you like to share something about yourselves that you are passionate about?
Yeah. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm Chris Ryan. You might see me like post in the Facebook group for some announcements sometimes. You might get to hear my lovely voice on the hotline if you call. So just to get to know me a little bit, gosh, some things I'm passionate about. A little bit of my like background in like acting. I actually have been an improviser, like improv performer for more than anything else. I think I've actually only done like 3 stage productions, but I've been doing improv since I was about 16 and founded 2 different improv clubs at different colleges as I moved around a little bit. Some of my big passions right now, especially, are Dungeons and Dragons. I think I'm in 5 campaigns right now, technically. Yeah, I just joined a new one because someone was looking for a guest star as like a mercenary. I was like, yeah, I've got a character, like I'll come play whatever. And they're like, hey, can you like keep playing with us? And I was like, okay, I'll take on more D&D games. Absolutely. I love the character building, the world building, and the role play of it. I think it's a perfect mix of like getting to flex my acting skills and like play a fun game with my friends. Besides that, I've got a lot of other like nerdy things like that in my life. Big Pokemon fan. I have played pretty much every Pokemon game since they've come out. I still play Pokemon Go. It's how I get up and get moving for my walks. It's been really great. I've been playing Pokemon Legends Arceus, which has been phenomenal to like get to like catch Pokemon, and the fear of like, oh my god, here's this big Onyx, and like it's gonna be a thing instead of just like, oh, here's my little 2D sprite. So yeah, there's some things I'm passionate about that I get to do all the time, some things I get to spend my time doing. I'm not helping all of you guys out there doing shows.
That's fun.
You should also brag about ominous positivity memes, please.
Yes. All right. I have a meme page on Facebook. If you guys don't know, it's Honest Positivity Memes. You can find it on Facebook. We've got actually a line of merch that we might be expanding soon. So keep an eye out for that. That's my fun thing that I do on the side as well. Yes. Thank you.
What's the website, Chris? Ominous.
If you go to Ominous Positivity, it's all in the social media. So you go to Ominous Positivity Memes on Facebook, you'll find links to like our link tree with everything. And it's we have honestpositivitymemes.com. Thank you to Carolyn for making me get that. And so we have a whole bunch of stuff through there that I'll let you go and explore.
It's so good. So good.
Oh, that's
Merch.
awesome.
I should have worn one of
all
my
that stuff.
t-shirts, but I didn't think about that.
Yep.
Cool. I have to ask this because we have another Pokemon fan. If you saw episode,
Sure.
they were episode 3. Zane Shoemaker is a huge Pokemon fan, so we asked him who he would be, and he said Charmander or Trubbish. So I want to ask. So I want to ask you, who would you be if you were a Pokemon? Who would you be?
That's a tough question because I have prepared like what my favorite Pokemon like are, but I don't know who I would be. I'll give the answer that people have given for me before, which I think fits, is that I would be a Flareon. I really love the Eevee evolution and all of its lines and its flexibility. I think it speaks a lot to how I am. I flex a lot in the different kinds of communities and different ways that I can communicate and get to be with people. So I think it really helps show like, yeah, I can do a lot and be a lot with a lot of different people. And then people see the red hair and they're like, fire, you must be Flareon. It's like, yeah, great, I love it. Let's go with that.
Carolyn, you got involved with Camp D&D or CampDragon. Tell us a little bit about that experience.
So I can tell you that I served when we went to go to shoot. It was amazing. We were there for a week, 8 days, something crazy like that. Hot, wonderful. So I was on the team as script supervisor for sure. That's one thing. I'm not sure how much I can share that would not count as spoilers, but I get to play a character. She's badass and I'm here for it. So
of course,
the makeup was it was crazy how we came up with the name and the concept for the makeup, and it's in my jewelry, it'll be in it. I mean, it's just awesome. So I'm very excited about all of that. So I can't tell you any more than that. Otherwise I'd have to kill you. And well,
that's like rule number 1, it's no death unless it's scripted. So we can't.
Kill you.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it is death on the Ohio. So I hope it's not me.
Oh, good. Okay, so I didn't realize this was an elimination game. Only 2 of us are going to make it out of this call alive. Good luck, everyone.
You said your jewelry is in it?
Yeah, my character.
Tell us about your jewelry.
I got to. Oh, yeah. So I've been designing jewelry since 2001. So now 21 years I've been designing jewelry.
Carolyn, you don't look a day over 22.
Oh, I love you, Chris. You lie so well. Keep it coming. No, so it's about 21 years now that I've been designing, and I started off, my ex-husband and I used to publish books for new poets. We had a vanity press and I was making custom journals at the time. And so I needed something to wear to a party. Didn't have anything in my color in any of the 6 or 7 stores we went to. So I just took some wire, made a charm, tied it around a piece of leather cord and tied it around my neck and went to the party. And that was literally the start of my jewelry making career. From there, I have had the opportunity to design for people like Erykah Badu. We did the first International Fashion Week in Senegal, West Africa. Just fun, stuffy stuff.
Yeah, stuffy stuff. Getting to travel all over to crazy places to sell your jewelry to Carolyn. I'm not. If you're gonna hype me up, I'm gonna hype you up.
I mean, I'm here for it.
And you should also drop a link to her jewelry website for everyone as well.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's Carolyn Ferrari Art out there in the chat for you.
Yeah, I've seen all your work. You're fantastic. It's fantastic. So are those yours? Like you made
these
those,
are
right?
mine. Okay. And these are mine. Yes. And this is mine too. I do a little dainty stuff too, depending on the mood. But yeah, so yep, fun stuff. And so for the character, I was able to wear some pretty awesome stuff for her. So, and it will represent some of the mystical or magical powers that I might have. I don't know what they're going to do with it in post, but it was important for me to have that part of her represented. So it's very cool. Yeah.
Awesome. I love it. I love it. And that's something that you're passionate about, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I love what you can do with art and accessories. And for me, the difficulty being a curvy woman is finding unique things that match the body and the personality that's not cheap or cookie cutter or 50 million people have it. So I love designing, especially for curvy women, because our market is traditionally so underserved by designers. So to be able to provide that is amazing. Yeah, really
Love
great
it.
stuff. So
Awesome. Thank you for sharing. That's amazing. So
Yeah.
I want to go back to you, Chris. So you started with the Murder Mystery Company. Did you start as an actor?
Yeah, I started as an actor back in 2013, which feels like at least one, if not two lifetimes ago. I started with an actor in the Baltimore troupe in 2013. I had actually gotten to be a part of that because of my improv background and training. Someone knew that I was on the improv team, was like, hey, you should come audition for this thing. I apologize. I have to take a call on the hotline to show you guys that this is what we do all the time. So I will be right back to take care of that. So feel free to switch over to Carolyn.
Sure. How poignant.
Welcome to production.
There you go. So let's flip over to you, Carolyn. So did you start as an actor in our troupe?
I did. 2016. Fun fact, this was my first acting job, actually. So I had taken an improv class when I moved to Detroit. So probably 20 years, 19 years prior to that, and never did anything with it. Life happened, marriage, stuffy stuff. And I ended up working for an entertainment company, and I saw the post for the call for the auditions. And I was like, this is a good time in my life. So I auditioned and got the job. So, and at that time, we were on an acting coach model in Detroit, which means we didn't have a director on the ground. It was all remote. So I worked my way up, I guess, if you want to say that. I worked really, really hard. And, when they said they were going to do a director in Detroit, I applied for it, and I was one of 3 candidates and ended up getting the director. Worked really hard and did some great things with the troupe, and then they called me to come work here in headquarters. So that's the story arc. So that was from 2016 when I started until I moved to Grand Rapids in 2019. So yeah, it's pretty.
Nice. And you're now the regional manager for the company. So what are some things that a regional manager does for AIT?
The role kind of evolves as the company evolves. So as it is right now, I really focus on you leaders, you directors across the country, and help you with your leadership and making sure that you have great teams to run shows. So, but that involves anything from helping, guide you through problems, one-on-ones, advice when things come up. We have our monthly cohort calls where we really do some fine tuning with leadership training, which I'm very proud of that work. That's something that has been really passionate for me to help you all with the emotional stuff. I think that as a company, our vision is very clear for what we do for our customers, what we do with our mission, our just cause. But the realities of dealing with people, especially through the last 2 years of a pandemic, is hard. So I feel like the most rewarding work I've been able to do with you leaders, as well as some of your actors, has happened during the pandemic, helping you through, helping you become better people, which that's my jam.
Yeah, I love that. Making people better people.
Yeah.
I want to say, Carolyn, I think that you've been a very strong inspiration for me becoming a director. I did not think that coming into this show coming into this troupe that I would ever be a director. And when I applied, I have this had this huge ball of like black cloud or something that I was like, you're not worth it. You're not going to be good or anything like that. And I think our previous director, Felicia, and you, and I mean, as Chris as well, you both have been such great encouragers and inspirers. So I personally thank you for all your work. You do an amazing job. So
Thank you.
yeah,
Thank you.
of course.
You make it easy. So pretty good.
Well, good.
And you write great jingles. Get the body mover.
Yes,
That's
get the body mover.
best.
Yeah,
That was the best. We haven't had a jingle out of training since then, so I'm pretty impressed with that. So
I need,
awesome.
Yeah, it's what it, it's what it is. It's what it is. So, yeah. So welcome back, Chris. Glad to have
Thank
you back.
you. Hey, look, if I can put out a fire and make it back, like you just gotta brush some of the dust and smoke off, and we're back. We're
perfect.
and
Yes.
Look, that's how I'm through all the circumstances. I'm glad we get to show, hey, we're here to help you guys out. Anytime you guys have a call, we're here to help make it work. And I love it when something this sort's like, hey, don't worry, not a big deal. We get this solved, fixed, not a problem, and we're back right at it. And I've got 3 actors on their way to a great show now.
Yeah, and one of the things, you do a lot for us. Like for me personally, I know that I can always, if I call you and you're able to help me out. Like I feel like as a director, I just get downcast when I can't cast a show, or like I don't have someone. I just feel like like a failure, and it's not. And I think you guys are really great at helping us leaders prove that. And like we had a show recently in Cincinnati where we needed to send, it was like Indianapolis or something, and I couldn't get an actor. It was just so weird. And so you're like, don't worry about it. We'll get Detroit, or we'll get Chicago on it. We got this. We're working on it. So you guys do a lot of great work for us. So
yeah.
Can I just that's a very great example of how the company is evolving, right? When we see a model that might not be the most effective or the most what's the word for ongoing, where you can
like long-term continuing.
Yeah. So when it's not working, we change it, right? So it just wasn't sustainable. That's it. The old model where it was, make every single show happen no matter what. And you got to burn yourself out and grab the dog and throw him in the car on the way and put a costume on him and stand him in the corner. And, that wasn't working for the directors. It wasn't working for the actors. And so, we had to make some changes. And I love the fact that we work with a company or for a company that recognizes those things, and we can evolve with the times. And so that's a great example of that. Before, we definitely would have told you what a failure you were and how lousy you were when you didn't cast
Carolyn
the show.
Says
But
those things all the time.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But no, seriously though, I love that we have the potential for growth within the company, and that's just one example of that. So yeah.
And on that same note, I'll flex a little bit that a lot of our job is like finding the solutions to things and approving what we can, pulling some strings here and there. But we have a great network of like other troops and directors and actors. So as much as we were able to bring in Grand Rapids or Detroit or Chicago come help in, like there's definitely times where you're going to get that call, Greg, of like, hey, who can you send up for this thing? Because here's who wants to come all the way up to Michigan, who wants to come here, because that's the network of support that we have with our troops, around the country, which is really, really great to see.
Yeah. What other things do you get to do or do for the company, Chris?
Mostly threaten people, I think. Perfect. No, I'm just kidding. I don't threaten as much as I could. No, my job basically is getting to run the production department. So I help oversee Carolyn and Abby and Jessica in all of the projects that we do. I kind of stay 3 to 6 months out of like what is coming up, what's next, so I can help make sure as those things are coming in the pipeline that I've got, Carolyn or Abby or Jessica on each of those things. And a lot of it then is coordinating with the other departments here at headquarters, whether it's sales or marketing or CSC, logistics, to say, hey, what needs to happen systematically to make sure that as this rolls out to you guys, almost anything that rolls out to the directors, the actors, is like 2 to 3 months of work on the back end for us. And I'm really excited to be in a spot where I get to come do that and get to run as much as I do and have such such a great team with Carolyn and Abby and Jessica to make all of that happen.
Awesome. Yeah, you guys are a great team. So I got the honor of coming up to corporate and hanging out with you guys. That was a lot of fun. So I haven't met Jessica though, so we'll get that. She came on
can
after
Jessica
me. But...
give us a wave in the background there, Carolyn?
Hey, Jessica, can you give us a wave in the background?
That's Jessica. She runs
Jessica.
the production email. If you guys ever email into murdermysteryproduction@gmail.com, she's probably going to be the one answering that. And that's a big part of our team, is helping make sure that all of the information gets to the place that it needs to be. And she is our hub of like, hey, Carolyn, here's this, Chris, here's this, like what needs whose attention, and we couldn't run without her.
Right on. Yeah. So Chris, you were sharing a little bit before you took your call.
Yes.
So you started because you're a big improv guy.
Yeah.
So came in because of that. From there, almost 10 years ago.
Gosh, almost.
Yeah.
I think I'm so used to saying like 7 or 8, and like, time got weird there for a bit. But yeah, coming up on, so gosh, it's been 9 years with the company. So I came on as an actor, and shortly after that, I think about 2 to 3 months after coming on as an actor, we had a change in leadership of our director, and so there was an opportunity for me to interview for being the director, and I was like, I was in that mode of like, why not? Might as well try this. Like whatever, I'll go for it. And I ended up getting the job as a director after being with the company for only a little bit, and I ended up being the director of Baltimore there for 4 years, really building up a really great team of people. A lot of people that I've worked with are still in the troupe and killing it out in shows, which is really lovely to see. Several people have even been transplants to other cities as they've moved and grown on with their life, which is beautiful to get to share that with other directors and other people. And then after 4 years of being a director, I whittled Scott down and convinced him to get me a job up here at headquarters, and moved from Baltimore to Grand Rapids to be here as a part of the production team. Originally doing Carolyn's position is right now as the regional director, helping oversee the directors. And then recently, within the last year, I have been made the production manager here to be in charge of the entire department and everyone across the country, which has been a really, really great journey and experience.
Right on. Awesome. But and again, I can't say enough, you do a fantastic job, and a great support and help for me personally, but you both have been great. So I'm very glad that you both got to come on this show to talk about you guys. So it's been awesome. I hope you're enjoying yourselves.
Oh, absolutely. Carolyn and I both, I think, should have something that we wish we could, if we had teleporters, let me tell you, we would be in each of your cities like every day, every week. I would love to get to see everyone more and interact. So I love that this is like a little show, little production you're doing, that I get a chance to like talk to everyone, and that they get a chance to know me and see like, hey, we're real people. We're the names and faces behind these things and making them happen. And and that Carolyn and I both have had the experience of being actors, being directors, and that like
Absolutely.
we know what it's like coming out and doing all these things. That is invaluable in making the decisions and the processes that we do, that we're like, hey, like there's a lot of times Carolyn have countries like, well, like this is how like it is or it's supposed to be, but like we know how it happens really on the ground sometimes, and that informs a lot of our decision making. Like, well, we can design something for one thing, but like we know this is how it'll end up because that's what's like it shows.
Yeah, and I love to do this. Something personal about myself is I actually went to school for media broadcast. So
cool.
Yeah, so this kind of stuff, the production wise, interviewing, all this stuff, video editing, when I put it together, or like I love doing it. I done a couple videos, like we did a new 80s show for like how to do it with 2 females for the other directors.
Love that.
Love doing that stuff. So this was just something I was just like, you know what, I love doing this stuff, let's do it. Something fun for our actors to get to know each other and you guys. So I've enjoyed it a lot, so doing it.
That's fantastic.
All right, we have now come to my favorite part of the show. It is called Knives Out. Knives Out.
Great.
Knives Out.
Great.
So
I'm
what
sweating
it is
already.
is you guys have been together. How long have you guys been in the office together?
Gosh, I moved here in 2019, so
yeah, and we worked together for a couple of years before that when I was regional and Carolyn was the director. So we've been working together for 3-4 years now.
probably, yeah.
Yeah. So you guys should know everything about each other.
Oh
You guys
boy.
are probably best friends. So we are going to play a little trivia game, rapid fire questions that we're going to ask you about the other person. I
Oh
picked some
boy.
easy ones. I picked some hard ones. So we'll see. I hope it's a little bit easier. But I'm going to kick one of you out into the waiting room. We're going to start with Chris. So let's say goodbye to Carolyn. We'll see you in just a little bit.
Oh boy.
I'm
Oh
nervous.
boy.
Okay.
Here we go.
All right. How you feeling, Chris?
I'm nervous, and I think this is the part that's supposed to be the easy one for me. I don't know.
We'll see how you go. All right. So here we go. So try and answer these as quickly as possible. Anything that comes to your head first. So, okay. Where is Carolyn originally from?
I believe she's originally from the Detroit area. She's got family there and grew up there. Has been in a lot of places, but originally from the Detroit area.
Okay.
I'm gonna even say Southfield specifically.
Wow, getting specific. All right. If Carolyn is in for the night, what is she going to do?
Oh, she's definitely going to be probably reading a book, and I would be willing to bet going to bed early, getting some rest before that. If that's what she's doing, she's getting the night in early. Is at best reading a book. Yeah.
All right. What is the name of Carolyn's cat? And bonus, how long has she had them?
Carolyn's cat is named Morris. We were just having a conversation about him earlier today, and she has had him. Oh, time is fuzzy. 9 months.
9 months. Okay.
So I'm gonna get somewhere around there. Yeah.
All right. What celebrity would Carolyn fangirl over if she met them?
I'm gonna cheat a little bit because I again earlier today heard her fangirl over Toni Morris, so I don't know if she is alive or not. I don't know. So I'm gonna guess that Toni Morrison.
Toni Morrison.
Mhm.
Okay. And finally, what is Carolyn's favorite murder mystery character?
Oh gosh, I should definitely know that one. We talk about so many of the characters so often. I'm gonna guess Bertha Peacock. I'm tempted to say Summer because I think that's a lot of the like actresses' favorite. Fun fact, Summer's the character I would want to play if I could. I think Summer's our best written character. But I'm gonna guess Bertha because I think Bertha is such a fun big character. I know that Carolyn has like a whole wardrobe for Bertha.
All right. All right. Well, we'll see how you did in just a little bit, but right now we're gonna send you to the waiting room and bring Carolyn back in.
Okay.
All right. See it. All right, and here comes Carolyn. All right, Carolyn, how do you think he did?
Oh, I'm sure he did great.
All right, we'll see. So we're going to ask similar questions. We're going to ask you some questions about Chris and see how well you know him. So try and answer as quickly as possible.
Okay.
So first question, who is Chris's favorite superhero?
Spider-Man?
Okay. If Chris has a free night, what is he going to do? Chris has a free night out. What is he going to do?
A free night out or just a free night?
Free night out.
Well, I think he'll be with Brendan or he'll be playing Dungeons & Dragons with his friends.
All right. What is the name? Well, what is the name of Chris's boyfriend? And bonus point, how long have they been together?
So, at least since before I moved here, because when I was still director in Detroit, Chris told me about Brendan then, and they came up. So I've been here for 2.5 years, 3.5 years, I'm saying.
3.5 years. All right. I don't even know if Chris knows. Time is very
fluid,
hard for Chris. Yes. So we'll see. What kind of music is Chris listening to in his car or on his phone?
Chris listens to a lot of musicals and like alternative music in the car. Okay. So I'm going to go with that.
All right. And finally, what is Chris Ryan's favorite murder mystery show?
Oh, I'm going to say Best Laid Plans.
Best Laid Plans. All right. We'll see how well you did. We'll bring Chris back in. All right. So let's see how you guys did on your Knives Out rolls. So we'll start with Chris. So these are the questions I asked Carolyn. or no, these are the questions I asked Chris about Carolyn.
All right,
Sorry.
I'm nervous because I definitely was like, I felt the first was like, oh, I'm just gonna say things. I'm confident on some of them. There's definitely one that I'm like, I don't know.
I just went for it. So we'll still be friends after this. So
absolutely, we'll get to joke about it afterwards. And if anything else, we'll just blame Greg, and it's obviously his problem, not ours. So
Yeah,
that's
perfect.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
Bring it.
Okay.
So, question number 1, where is Carolyn originally from? You said Detroit. You specifically said, where did you say specifically?
Southfield.
Southfield.
Where am I from originally?
Yeah, where are you originally from?
I grew up in Flint,
Ah,
but
ah.
for the last 20 or so years before I moved here would have been Detroit. So
All right, so we'll give you a point for that. We'll give you a point.
I will. I'll take a point. I knew it was around there. I wanted to make a guess to go for something specific, but I knew it was that area.
We'll give Chris a point for that.
Okay.
No
Think
one
it's
in
fine.
Cincinnati knows what the heck that means. So Detroit, they're like, we got Detroit. Yeah.
for the record, Flint is about 60 miles north of Detroit, but ask anyone on any radio show ever, and if you're within like a 3-hour radius, it's going to be Detroit, I guess.
I mean,
So,
it's the same thing I say I'm from Baltimore, but like I don't think I've ever lived in the city of Baltimore. So
yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
All right. What celebrity would Carolyn fangirl over if she met them?
this is the one I wasn't confident on.
You said, what did you say again?
Oh, because we were talking about her earlier, Toni Morrison.
Toni Morrison.
Would I fangirl over Toni Morrison?
Tell me you wouldn't be excited.
I would be excited to meet Toni Morrison just because of the body of work, for sure.
Right, but I do remember we were talking about that. Definitely prefer her movies and not her books. So
because the books are wordy. I mean, books are supposed to be wordy, but the sentence structure is wordier than. But truth be told, I would totally fangirl over Angela Bassett. Though. Would love to like meet her.
Okay.
Man, she's like, yeah, seriously.
Cool. All right. What is the name of Carolyn's cat? Bonus point if you know how long she's had him. Said Morris, right? Morris. And yeah. And you've had him for 9 months, is what he said.
4? Seems like a longer time, doesn't it? December 8th
time is relative.
December 8th?
So yeah.
I for sure would have guessed that. But December in production world is like 3 months.
Is a year by itself. Yeah, sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. If Carolyn is in for the night, what is she going to do? Chris said you'd read a book and go to bed early to get some good night's sleep.
I love you so much for that.
In for the night. What are you doing, Carolyn?
In for the night. Honestly, the worst habit in the world. I'm sitting in front of my computer most of the time, working on stuff or every now. So lately, my guilty pleasure has been old game shows. So right now, I'm into old episodes of Supermarket Sweep.
All right. And finally, I think, right? Yes. Finally, what is Carolyn's favorite murder mystery character? Chris said Bertha Peacock.
Yeah, that's right. I would say it's a tie between Bertha Peacock and Maid Luna.
All right. So we'll give you that point. Yeah.
Yes. I love playing Bertha Peacock.
I think
She's
that's
fun.
2 points for me then.
3. You got 3.
All right, I'll take 3. Hooray!
3 points. Where is she from? Cat's name, and then murder mystery character.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
All right. Let's see if Carolyn can beat you. So here we go. These are the questions for Carolyn. Who is Chris's favorite superhero? Carolyn said Spider-Man.
Spider-Man question mark.
Ooh, question mark is fair. Spider-Man's pretty good. He's pretty up there. Carolyn has heard Jessica and I talk a lot about the new Spider-Man movie, so we've gotten a lot of that. It's hard to pick just one, but I would give a category that if you name pretty much any X-Men, I would say that. I'm a big X-Men guy. Spider-Man's pretty up there, so that's pretty close.
We don't ever talk about X-Men though, so
because look, do you want me going for 2 hours about that? Like, just about anything I could go off on. All right, Cyclops was right, everyone. That's the end of my soapbox, right? Cyclops was right. Okay.
All right. If Chris has a free night out, what is he going to do? She said definitely with Brendan, probably doing some D&D.
Yeah, those are really good guesses. Yeah, if I have a night out, it's either date night with my boyfriend, or seeing where I like having a game somewhere, because I mean so many different games that's a lot of my like free nights. So I think those are good guesses. I definitely did that. Yeah.
All right,
absolutely.
point for Carolyn. There we
Yeah.
go. All right. So this kind of answered it. But what is the name of Chris's boyfriend, Brennan? And bonus point, how long have they been together? She said since 2019.
I said
That's what you
about
said.
3.5 years.
3.5 years. 3.5 years.
Because you were together before I moved here, and
Yes.
when you came to see me for the last auditions was the time that you guys were together because we had dinner.
Mhm.
So,
So this is where I'm bad. Is now I'm doing some math in my head to make sure I know my anniversary correctly.
I literally said that to Carolyn. I was like, time is relative to Chris. He probably doesn't even know.
Yeah. I think we're coming up on 3 years, and if we're coming up on 4 years, you're correct.
I've been here for 2.5. And we ran my last audition prior to you coming here,
correct,
which would have been before Abby took over the troupe.
Yeah.
So that was about a year before I came here. So
you came here in.
She basically said
October 2019. Yeah.
Okay, so I know that my anniversary is in. I want to say September, because like late August or September. It's in that realm. So it's been right before that. So if it's 2019, then that means we're coming up on 3 years as well. It's been basically the same amount of time you've been here, Carolyn. So we're coming up on 3 years. So I would get that to you. That's close. Yeah,
we can get that.
Yeah, that's a point.
All right. Yeah.
So we gotta have you over sometime.
I will say your Facebook says you've been in a relationship with Brendan since July 17th of 2019.
Cool.
So
then it's July. So it is 2019. Okay. His birthday that's in September. Then is that one?
So listen though. So you guys weren't counting it as official when you came up and we had dinner at that time?
No, we were.
Okay, so that was before I moved.
Okay.
Right?
I gotta be thinking of his birthday then that's in September. Don't give me that look, Greg.
Move right along.
I'm not gonna show him this part. That's
the world
fine.
is gonna see this.
That's fine.
Yes.
All right.
Edits. Yes.
Moving on.
Yes.
What music is Chris currently listening to in his car or on his phone? She said alternative and musical theater.
I said musical show tunes. Yeah.
Correct. I actually, I really like to sing in the car, so I am going through like musical theater stuff at the moment. As part of my trip back and forth, I have like a whole playlist of different musicals, so I can just sing it out in the car.
Yeah. All right. Point for Carolyn. Okay. So we are currently tied 3-3. So if she gets this points, Carolyn takes the win.
Okay.
So final question. What is Chris Ryan's favorite show? You can't sabotage this either. What is Chris Ryan's favorite show? She said Best Laid Plans.
That is exactly correct. It's Best Laid Plans.
Yeah!
Bonus points, because I think I know why Carolyn knows it. Bonus points, Carolyn. Who's my favorite character to play in Best Laid Plans?
You like to play the detective?
I do like to play the detective. I love playing the detective in Best Laid Plans. Because especially as like a lead and a director, I'm doing so many things. So I love playing detective in Best Laid Plans, so I can just be dead all of Act 3.
I will say I've been looking through your guys' Facebook to try and find some graphics, and like every single character I found of you, Chris, was a detective of some sort. I'm like, does he play any other role?
I mean, it's that director life. Because I'm definitely I've played plenty of other roles, but I'm most likely to remember a picture as well when I'm detective, because that normally means then like I'm probably the show captain as well. So that's when I remember to take the picture. And if I'm not that, I probably don't remember that, or I probably like didn't get that picture like tagged or saved from whoever did take the picture at the time. Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right.
Probably got a crap ton of pictures of me though, like as a man, as a maid, as a
Carolyn's
Bertha.
got great pictures of her in costume. Yeah.
I actually do. I have them. This one right here, you as a leading role, or fake War and Peace, I guess.
You said this one like I can see it. I can't see what you're talking about.
Magic of post.
It's for the magic of post, Carolyn.
Got it. I love it.
Carolyn is one of the best people I've seen to do the stubble like effects for like getting the beard look, especially if you're like playing a man, getting the stubble,
the shadowy look. Yeah, that
perfect. Absolutely nails it every time. Carolyn's great at it.
All right. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. I have had so much fun. I hope you guys have too. This has been another episode of Death on the Ohio.
Yay!
Ooh, thank you for having us. Yay!
Thank you.
See you guys next time.
So fun. This will be
Bring it.
edited out in post-production, by the way, I'm sure.
Of course. You know it. It's already listed in my head. I'm like, okay, we're gonna edit that. Chris going to do his second call. That's gonna be at the end for like the blooper reel. You know,
Oh my
that
God,
was
yes,
cut.
please do.
So
Please do a blooper reel.
they were my my band that we had. And so we did whoa, here she comes. And so we did that together. And when they
Fun
come
fact,
in.
Chris does not know the Man-Eater song. So-
What? Oh
Or
man.
did not at one point, yes. So
He
I
knows
felt
it now?
extremely old because I was around the first time the song came out. I know way too much about old
I'm
TV.
getting
Can
some
we please
history
move
here.
forward?
Okay.
Painful reminder that I'm the oldest person on this call. Great.
All
This is
right.
going to be so bad.
Okay.
I can already feel it happening.
Give me 1 second. I have had another emergency come up, so
Oh,
I
my
will
goodness.
be right back. I promise.
Sure, no worries.
All right.
We'll wait.
Crazy.
Perfect timing.
Wow. So what's your favorite murder mystery?
Murder mystery show or
Mhm.
oof. I think Death of a Gangster is my favorite because I
Wow.
love playing the three characters. I think my Captain Oblivious is hysterical. I don't know about anyone else, but what I'll do is like before I come on, I'll be like, because there's a scene where like Brooks and Dunn is talking, and she's like, I'm gonna run this thing, and I go, not so fast. But I'm like outside of the room, and I'm like, dang it, I said it too soon. You going? And then I like slowly make my way in because I'm like the slowest man at
Oh my
Old Man
goodness.
ever. I just play him so old, like he's crouched up. And I come in, and as soon as they all can see me, I go, not so fast. And I wear the wig and whatever. And I have this whiteout that so I'm Junior, and I'm like, hey, what's going on? Hey. And I have this whiteout that I like cover my beard in, and then I have the wig, and then when I reveal, I have what are they called? Stripes?
Mhm.
Zebra stripes? Is that what they're
Mhm.
called? On either side of my head. So
Mm.
like I'm Junior, but I'm older.
Oh my goodness. That's crazy.
And I love it. And I'm just like excited. And then I always flirt with Geta as Captain Oblivious. Like, and I interrogate her. So I'm like sitting like while they're doing, while Brooks is interrogating someone, I'll be like, hey baby, you got a boyfriend? Like, how's it going? Like I'll like flirt with Geta as Captain Oblivious. Like, oh, you having a good time? And then I'm like, I get so excited when we're both going to jail. I'm like, honey, at least I'm going to jail with you. Or so, like something. I have so much fun with that.